In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to sand using different grits, using different tools. You're watching TMBRMAN TV. In the process of sanding, I like using these three tools. I have a belt sander here, an orbital, and a grinder. Also, we have the different grits. So here I have 80 grit, 120, and 220. We also use wet sandpaper for different applications. And then I also have this wood putty. So in this instance, you can see there's some holes here on this tabletop. I'll show you how we fill those, smooth them out, and sand for a finished product. If you have any holes or cracks in your wood product, take this putty, actually place it right there into any holes or cracks. I like to fill it full. I'll come up back with the palm of my hand, go back and forth, smooth that out. In an instance where your miter cuts are maybe a little long, I purposely cut these a little bit long to demonstrate how I'll use this grinder tool to actually get that back down. So I'll take this here. This is actually a sanding disc here. Pretty aggressive. I think this is an 80 grit. If your miters don't line up on the top and bottom and you can't close them all the way, we can come back with some more putty here. Get it right in those gaps. Again, using putty shouldn't be a go-to on every project. It should be something that's there for you if you need it. This putty will dry super hard and be able to paint or stain it. Then we get some nice corners. With the belt sander, I'll usually go over this once over. This is gonna take out any humps, any high spots, making sure that our plane is a nice, even surface. Now you'll wanna switch to your orbital sander. I'm using a 120 grit. The last belt sander I used was an 80 grit, so that's going to be a rougher surface. The 120 is going to smooth that out even more. And then if we go to a 220, that's going to be like a buttery feel on the wood. Just depends on the finished product that you're going for, will determine how high up in the grit that you go. The lower numbers of grit is the more coarse that sandpaper is, so it's going to leave a rougher surface. The higher number that sandpaper is will leave a much smoother surface. If you have dark lines like this in your wood, you can actually tilt your orbital up on edge and go back and forth to get darker spots out quicker than sitting here on top of it flush, which might take longer. When you're getting to your edges or your corners, you want to be very delicate with your orbital sander not to dent the wood, put too much pressure on one area, which will make it an uneven surface, which you do not want. I hope these tips and tricks helped you out with your sanding. Make sure to check out our other videos on table glue-ups and also staining. Leave a comment to let me know what video you'd like to see. TMBRMAN TV.